What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another Crystal of Atlan video. Alright guys, looks like many of you have been enjoying the game, and that makes me super happy because the game deserves all the love it's getting. It's been an absolute blast. Now, a couple things I do want to talk about before I start. PS5 players, you cannot play with mobile and PC. PC and mobile, you're cross-compatible, so you guys can play co-op with each other, plus be in each other's realms. Now, for me personally, I am on Eudora 1 NA server. I know many of you guys have been asking. That's where I'm at. I have an invite on my Discord for everyone who's playing the game, so join the Discord and feel free to join my fleet as well, which I've created. Now, let's start off with the number one asked question. Payne, what class should I choose? What's the meta? There is really no meta, guys. The way you're going to choose your class is based on your own playstyle. Remember, you can pick multiple classes in this game and start playing. There's no gacha involved. It's free to play. So if you are a combat lover, somebody who loves close quarter combat, then the fighter and the swordsman are going to play really well, right? Both classes have a semi-tank. Both classes have major DPS. So if you like quarter combat, it's up to you. Do you want to use a sword or do you want to use your bare fist with some chakra, right? The fighter's your choice if you want chakra and bare fist. The swordsman's going to be your choice if you want giant weapons or fast sword play. If you want a ranged unit, you can use either the elementalist or the gunner, right? Which also branch off to different types. You can get crowd control units, you can get debuff units, demon units with warlocks, or you can go with the gunner and get massive explosions and a lot of AoE. And if you want to do a balance of all of them, you can do the scythe guard and get yourself into there. So guys, the whole point of this is there is no actual meta class. It's all up to you in terms of what you want to play and your choice in regards to that. You can make multiple classes. You can see here, I've got myself the Cloud Strider class, or the fighter class, which became a Cloud Strider. Now, a couple things I want to talk about. First off, pre-registration rewards. It took me 2 days to get mine. So the second login was allowing me to get it. Okay, a couple things I want to talk about real quick as we play this, okay? First thing you want to do, guys, is go to your settings. If you have a controller, like I do, PS5 controller, what you want to do is go to the game. There's a controls option right there. You guys can see there's mobile mode, keyboard and mouse mode, and control mode. Now, if you press Alt Tab and get out, you can actually still use your mouse and keyboard with the control mode, but outside of that, you're normally going to be using your controller only. Okay, so you guys can see I'm controlling everything with this. So for those who are on mobile, you want to leave it on mobile. If you are looking to use a controller on mobile, apparently there's a current bug going on, which they are going to fix very soon. Now, if you're on mobile, you absolutely want to drop the frame rate. You want to drop as much graphics as possible as well to save your battery. This will eat up your battery very quickly. Okay, so make sure you be careful of that so you don't kill yourself. Now, use actions and dungeon, keep that on. Automatically lock new epic gear, keep that on. And if you are colorblind, they have a colorblind mode which will help you as well too. Now, display settings, you pretty much want to keep everything except when you get to the show names, show titles, show pets and towns. This stuff you can turn off if you want to. You guys can see I turn off marionettes, I turn off player speaker icons, etc. Those are things that I only care about on my server, and I don't necessarily want to see all of it. You can also skip all cutscenes. If you don't care about the story, turn this on. It'll save you a lot of time than having to skip it yourself. So these are really good options, guys, and I highly recommend do that. Now, if you're not one who likes to spar and don't want invites, you just want to play solo mode, you can also change the settings to that, where you don't have any team invites coming in or any sparring invites coming in until you're ready, so you can quickly turn that off and not have to deal with that. Okay, so those are very important things to set your graphics for, especially the first one, where a lot of people are asking, Payne, why can't I use my mobile controller for my PC? Well, that's why you got to set it here in this section. Now, battles. This one's big. Show damage. Of course, you want to see that. You can see how big the damage displays are. You can see buff pop-up displays, etc. Now, for me personally, if I'm playing on mobile, guys, this display teammate buff effect is off. My own quality effects, I'm going to keep high. Everything else, teammates effects, enemy effects, and everything, I will put on low. Again, save yourself some batteries. It will trust me, you'll live a lot longer with your phone in your hand if you do that. Now over here, of course, turning everything into whatever matters most to you in terms of graphics is your call on this. Again, the main thing I would do is show teammate projectiles off, and multiplayer models I would turn to low. These are very big things as well too. Now for cameras, I like to provide a larger field of view. This helps when there's a lot of mobs in the actual field. This is better for bosses for the 3D action camera, and this one here I don't like. I'm not a big fan of it, but if you have motion sickness issues, that's the one you want to go with. Okay, so anyone who doesn't like all the fast movements and the camera movements, take that off, or I mean put that one on, sorry. So auto lock on, That's an important one. You can turn it off if you prefer doing your own locking, but this one goes to the closest enemy to you and auto locks them. Smart attacks as well, too. You can press L3 here, prioritizes target selection in the direction input that you're in. So these are important. Drag to switch lock on target. This one will actually drag the camera to the lock on target so you can see who you're locking. So these are all very important things to do if you care about them, okay? So there you guys go. That's important. Now, a couple other things to note. Redemption of codes. There are 2 codes that I currently know of. Okay, the first one is going to be straightforward, and that's COAPayne, P-A-Y-N-E. COA, I'll put in the description of the video. That will give you guys some free rewards, so make sure you take advantage of that. So I can't, COAPayne, just like that, okay? Once you redeem that, that's my specialty code to you guys. Use it. The other one is COA Creator 2. Okay, that's the other redemption one here, and you absolutely want to redeem this one too. You guys can see redemption accepted, and that will be in the mail. So they'll be set right here for you. You guys can go ahead and claim all of those as well. Okay, just so you guys can see that. So make sure, guys, you do all of this. Very, very important to get that done. And this stuff you have to claim individually as well. Okay, so claim, level 20, claim, etc. Okay, now a couple of things to note here about the game. The beginning is pretty much a tutorial. Once you hit level 10, you can then choose your class. All right, your class is your choice in terms of what you want to go with. Again, branching off, you can change classes anytime in terms of what you want to use within that branch class, right? So for example, I have Cloud Strider. If I want to change my Cloud Strider to another one, I can do that until level 40. Once you hit level 40, you're stuck with the class that you're choosing. So if I don't want to choose the Starbreaker, I want to keep my Cloud Strider at level 40, that's the option I'm going to go with. But you can switch at any time if you want to and try out both classes to see how they function and how they work. Also, do not be stingy with your skill ups, okay? Make sure you skill up every single time you have an option to do so, because it's going to boost your power and make you hit a lot harder. Now, in regards to what skills to start with, guys, just read it and configure it. But remember to configure. It's very important to configure both sides. You can see I'm playing with the controller. You will get an Awakening finisher eventually at level 40, which gives you more power and more damage. You guys can see right over here. This is my Awakening finisher right there, right? So you can see it right there. So make sure, guys, you always focus on getting your skills up. Also, a little trick for anyone who wants to use skills. If you reset, right? If you reset it, I'm using L1, you can actually set the best options and the game will set it for you. So it's like recommended options. The game will set the skills for you and it will set it to the way it thinks is best for your character. And it actually does a really good job. So if you don't know what skills to configure where, let the game do it on your behalf. It will actually end up working out a lot better than you think. All right, so make sure you do that one. Now, another thing too, once you unlock the fleet, make sure you come join. All right, this is my fleet right there, 324088885. I have 27 out of 50 members currently, and we are going to be growing very, very fast. So if you are a player on my server, somebody who's on my Discord, someone who's a fan of my content, make sure you join the fleet, get in there and join us, guys, and we're going to be playing games together as much as possible. Once you start going through the story mode, make sure, guys, you collect all your rewards. These are very, very simple things, and dismantle your gear that you do not need. Dismantle. Hit that dismantle button, go to find epic and exquisites. My God, I almost struggled there. And then dismantle that. Dismantle it and you will get yourself some extra advanced spare parts and spare part number ones. Also, do not neglect pots, guys. All right, pots are super, super important. Pots are your potions, and they are going to be an easy way for you to progress through story modes, and also food. Craft your food, guys. It's going to buff you up throughout every single gameplay that you do, and it's a fast way to complete side quests, missions, etc. Speaking of side quests, they are in blue. Try to complete these, guys. They give you a lot of rewards, a lot of EXP, and there's things that you should absolutely be doing throughout the entire game. Don't just focus on doing story mode, although you can complete story mode first. I would focus on doing these as well too, just to get them unlocked. For example, arena unlocking, right? If you want to do PvP modes, you definitely want to jump in and get the side quest done so you can actually start PvPing. PvP gives great rewards, and in the beginning, it's actually one of the funnest parts of the game. Now, a couple of things I want to talk about. For example, if you want to actually start doing some form of summoning, all right, I'm going to show you guys real quick how summoning works, but keep in mind the summoning aspect of things are a little bit expensive. I'm not going to lie, a little bit expensive, okay? So if you are planning to summon, keep in mind there is some pay-to-win aspects to this game, all right? And the summoning part is pretty much it. And you guys can, of course, summon based off of the currencies that you're getting, but also from, you know, the pay to win purchases, if you want to call it that. Okay, so here's the summon section, right? You guys see that? So right now the brocade is the summoning section where you can summon for Blessing of the Sky, which essentially is gear. That's what you're summoning for, or outfits, I guess is what they're called, and pets. The first thing I would summon for personally is, especially if you didn't get the pre-registration reward, is the outfits, and then I would switch over to the pets after that. So let's do a quick summon. I'll show you guys how this works. All right, so I'm going to summon here. I did a ×10. All right, you guys can see how this goes. And these are the type of things you can get in there, right? So you can get all these books, resources. This right here is one of the outfits. So Light Flow Starburst is an A outfit, which will replace the current one that I have from the pre-registration. So you guys can see how it looks right there. Okay, so that's something we just got right there. Now, after 60 summons, you're guaranteed a pity. All right, so keep that in mind. So same thing for pets. Pets are a lot harder. There's 150 pity on those, and it's really, really tough. But you do get a lot of pets for free. So make sure you guys, you do equip your pets, get them leveled up. And some pets will heal, some pets will do PvP. So it's up to you how you want to go about it. But at the end of the day, play the game. Play the game, guys. Enjoy it. Have fun. There's no right or wrong. Join the fleet. Start off with your journey. Remember also, guys, this is a very important as well too, is that you also get yourself under character info, equip your frames, equip your avatars, and more importantly, guys, equip yourself with your actual pets, skills, attributes, etc. And also there's titles. Titles will give you guys more power. So get your titles in. Don't forget to equip them. They will absolutely boost you up. So there's a lot of ways to boost in this game, and titles is a big one. So make sure you do that. All right, folks. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care.